Welcome back to the Explainer. Okay, let's dive into this because we've got some genuinely shocking news out of the Notion ecosystem today. They are officially sunsetting their dedicated email app, Notion Mail. Yep, a major productivity powerhouse is just walking away from the traditional inbox. Today, we're unpacking exactly what the sources say about this massive paradigm shift and honestly what it means for the way we actually work day to day.
So it's the obvious question, right? Why kill your own email app? Why would a productivity giant shut down Notion Mail literally just as it was gaining momentum? I mean, email is the absolute backbone of modern work. We all use it. So abandoning a dedicated app for it feels, well, completely counterintuitive at first glance. But as we dig into the recent updates and release notes, this really fascinating strategy starts to emerge. It's actually not a retreat at all. It's an aggressive leap forward.
To wrap our heads around this, let's trace the surprisingly short life cycle of this whole initiative. The foundation was laid back in early 2024 when Notion acquired a startup called Skiff. That acquisition led directly to the launch of the highly anticipated Notion Mail app in mid-2024. But, fast forward and the announcement drops, Notion Mail is officially winding down across web, desktop, and iOS on September 22, 2026. That's a lifespan of roughly 2 years. Users are actually going to have to manually export their drafts, their scheduled emails, templates, the whole shebang. So what exactly happened between launch and this sunset date to cause such a drastic pivot?
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is this single statistic right here. According to the company's own data, over 50% of Notion Mail users were already interacting with their email without ever actually opening the mail inbox interface itself. Just think about that for a second. Half the user base was getting their email tasks done entirely outside the traditional inbox view. They were relying on deeper integrations and AI tools to handle the flow of information. Basically, the traditional inbox was already becoming obsolete right inside their own ecosystem.
And that brings us to the core resolution of our mystery, captured perfectly in this direct quote. They said, "We are completely transitioning to a model where agents manage your mail." So Notion isn't abandoning email at all. Actually, scratch that. They're just completely changing who or what manages it for you. They realized the future isn't about, building a prettier inbox for human eyes. It's about building an autonomous AI agent that processes that inbox, so you don't have to.
Moving into our first main section, Outlook integration and scheduling. Or simply put, let the agent do the work.
To see how this abstract AI strategy actually works in practice, we can look at their July 2026 update. On the left, we've got the old way. You know this way. You are the bottleneck. You're manually sorting through spam, switching constantly between your workspace and your mail app, and drafting every single reply from scratch. But look at the right side. This is the new way, powered by Notion agents connected directly to Outlook Mail. The agent basically sits between you and the incoming noise. It triages the incoming emails, flags what actually needs your attention, and even drafts replies in your own voice. You aren't managing an inbox anymore. You're just approving the work of your digital assistant.
But it doesn't stop at just text emails. By connecting to Outlook Calendar, the agent becomes this truly autonomous assistant for your schedule. Look at these steps. You can just open a chat in Notion and ask, "Hey, what's on my schedule today?" Or create a scheduling link for tomorrow between 2 and 5 p.m. The agent will literally find the open times, send the meeting invites to the right people, and it can even automatically join calls for you. You're spending way less time wrangling logistics and a lot more time on the deep work that actually moves the needle.
Let's move to and see how this builds in our second section, Mastering Microsoft Office Files with Native Reading and Generation. Beyond just email and calendars, this update bridges a massive gap between modern AI workspaces and traditional corporate document formats. We are talking about the true heavyweights of the corporate world: PowerPoint, Excel, Word, and PDFs. Notion agents can now read these exact file formats natively. If you attach a giant Excel spreadsheet or a 50-slide PowerPoint deck to a page, the agent reads it just like any other text source in your workspace. You absolutely don't need third-party converters or clunky workarounds anymore to give your agent the context it needs. And this brilliantly illustrates the true power of generation, not just reading. Let's walk through a super concrete example for a finance team. Step 1. You've got a massive Notion database filled with raw project data and numbers. Step 2. You simply prompt your Notion agent, asking it to create a financial model based on that data. And Step 3. The agent instantly spins that database into a fully formatted native Excel xlsx file. You aren't just extracting text, you're generating structured, industry-standard documents using nothing but natural language. It's like magic. The use cases here are just incredibly powerful. I mean, you can literally ask the agent to turn a standard text page into a polished PowerPoint presentation.
Or think about a legal team. You can throw a massive pile of dense PDFs at the agent and just have it summarize them into one clean, actionable Notion document. This capability alone is going to save specialized teams hours of tedious formatting and reading every single week. It's all about letting the AI do the heavy lifting of data translation.
Which brings us to Section 3, the future of workflow and automation expansion.
As we start to wrap up this explainer, we really need to zoom out and look at the broader impact of this paradigm shift. Notion shutting down an email app isn't just some isolated event, it's a huge signal of where the entire industry is heading. We're moving away from having a dozen separate apps that we have to manually operate toward having autonomous agents that operate the software for us. Look at this number, 57%. According to research from the McKinsey Global Institute, current technology could theoretically automate up to 57% of US work hours. So the crucial point is that this is the ultimate goal for companies like Notion. By deploying custom agents that can read your files, manage your Outlook inbox, and schedule your calendar, they're aggressively going after that 57%. They want to compress all that repetitive grunt work so we can focus entirely on high-level strategy and creativity.
Which leaves us with this final provocative question. With agents now capable of reading complex Office files, managing your calendar, and completely replacing the need for a traditional email inbox, how will an autonomous agent change your daily workflow? Just take a moment and envision your own workspace without the friction of manual triage and endless formatting. It's a wildly fascinating future, and it's definitely arriving way faster than we thought. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer today. Keep exploring, keep optimizing, and I'll see you in the next one.